Hi, this is Tracy from the blog Girls to Grow. Thanks so much for stopping by our YouTube channel today. And we are going to be talking about 7 ways to parent a teenager. So I've parented 2 teenagers with 2 very different personalities, and I have lived to tell about it. So I just wanted to share with you a few of the things that kind of helped us as we walked through parenting our teenagers. I know every family is different, each teenager is different, but teenagers do have a reputation for certain behaviors for a reason. So I think some of this will be applicable to all of us as we parent our teens. So let's walk through these, and just remember, our goal during the season is to help us build good relationships with our children as they move through these teen years and into being young adults. So number 1, let's parent our teenagers with love. And this is the kind of love that is unconditional, because you're not always going to like your teen, and they are certainly not always going to respond to you in a way that is loving. But we want to communicate to them that our love is not based on their behavior, but that we love them unconditionally. We always want to seek to interact with them from a place of love and to make decisions regarding them because we want what is best for them. And we want to communicate to them, listen, it's because I love you and I want what's best for you that I'm making this decision that you may not like and may not appreciate right now, but it comes out of my heart of love. And I think our teens will be much more open to receiving those things from us if they know that we're doing it from a place of love. Number 2, let's parent our teens with patience. This is certainly a much needed quality during the teen years. When our teenager frustrates us, it's easy to respond with a quick, unkind word or an angry outburst. And in the moment of that poor decision they've made or a bad choice that we're finding out about, that may seem like the best solution. But here's where we offer up a quick prayer for self-control, and we don't let our emotions take over. And sometimes you may need some time and space, and just you and your teen take a half hour, each of you go somewhere, calm down, then come back together and discuss the issue. But what we want is for us to have patience, for us to demonstrate patience with our teen and to be able to communicate calmly and clearly. Number 3, let's parent our teens with a sense of humor. Now, some situations, all you can do is laugh, but this was good advice for myself. I tend to take everything so seriously, and we never want to laugh at our teenager, but we do want to take opportunities to laugh with them. And we can laugh at them with a funny meme they show us or an Instagram reel, but also just as you go through the day-to-day life situations that come up, if there can be a funny side, then try to find that and share that with your teen. Sometimes that's a great way to just break some of the tension that might have built up between you. So try to parent your teen with a sense of humor. Number 4, we want to parent with an adult perspective. Let's look at the long view as we're parenting our teenagers. We're not trying to raise great kids or even great teenagers, but what we want are great adults, those who know how to interact well with others, those who know how to love and serve God. So let's keep that perspective. Know that our teenagers are going to make mistakes, and we want to use those as learning opportunities. And it's easy to nod our heads at that and say, oh yes, they're going to make mistakes, but when they come home and tell you how they got in trouble at school, or when we get a call from another parent or a teacher who's telling us about something that's happened with our teenager that's not good, do we really realize that that's part of the process? And we step back and say, okay, they've made this choice, they've made this decision, now let's use it going forward so that they can learn from it. So let's parent with an adult perspective. Number 5, parent with a mindfulness of their growing need for independence. Our teens aren't 4 anymore, so we don't want to treat them like they are. And we want to allow age-appropriate freedoms. And the way that we can do this is hopefully that they'll begin to show that they're responsible, that they're trustworthy, and even if this is in a small area, really commend them for that and then build on that. And again, just gradually begin to allow them to have freedoms and more independence in certain areas. I know we've all probably heard of helicopter parents. Maybe we know some of those. So we don't want to be that. We want to gradually be releasing our children and letting them grow some of those skills that they'll need as they take on life on their own in the next few years. Number 6, let's parent our teens without a need to be liked. And this is especially hard for a people pleaser like me, because I just want everybody to be happy and to be in a good mood. But sometimes we have to make choices or decisions that our teenager's not going to like, and then we have to stick to it. So this is not the season to be their friend. And hopefully, Lord willing, that will come as they enter young adulthood and become adults. But in this season, we still need to be their parent and parent them as they go through these teenage years. And then number 7, let's parent our teens with prayers for wisdom. And this is probably the foundational one. I know my prayer life changed and grew in a great way as our girls moved into the teenage years. I know as we parent our oldest, you have new situations that you haven't faced before, and certainly we need to ask God for wisdom for those. And then subsequent children, they're different. Their circumstances are different. Their personality is different. So again, we're just back on our faces before God, asking Him for wisdom to handle these situations. And how thankful I am for James 1:5 that tells us if we realize we don't have wisdom and we come to God for it, He is so gracious to grant it to us. So let's do that early and often as we parent our teens through these years. Below, I will link some other blog posts and other resources I have for teenagers and for praying for our teenagers. And just thank you again for stopping by, and I hope that you'll find some of these helpful and that you'll enjoy these teen years with your children. Bye-bye.